welcome back to AD's little shed shop. Today we're going to make a nice wooden pendant that's mechanical, moving parts. It's going to be quite cool, I think. We're going to do it on the scroll saw. Hope you stick around and watch and enjoy. Okay, so today we are going to make a nice mechanical heart pendant. Yeah, wood. Today we're just going to go the same as usual, I suppose, with 3mm or 1/8 of an inch ply. I'm going to double stack so I can make two at the same time. Why not, hey? And of course I do like to go for some nice grain, because I think if you've got a nice grain, it's going to show that it's wood. And these are quite nice. I mean, they've got lots of grain. Yeah, scratch that, and this one too. So this one's got lots of lines. So this would be my secondary piece. Could be my top piece. Doesn't matter. It's got bits cut out of it. I mean, I was just messing around. Super glue and tape. Bonds miters in 10 seconds. That bonds nothing in 10 seconds unless you use that, and then it bonds it much quicker. But you don't need lots. All it's doing is holding the tape to itself. Spray this across this, stick to that, line it up and press. Bosh. Next is masking tape. Next, pattern. Bosh. Off to the drill. Need to move you around. There you go, so you can see what we're doing. So just going to drill some holes. Now we have a 3mm bit because I'm putting a 3mm hole through here because I have the 3mm skewers. No idea. Oh, ha! This might help with actually plug it in. On with light. Okay. Right. Next up, scroll saw. But before we go there, one little extra tip. On the back, when it comes to scroll sawing, you want it as smooth as possible. So put another layer of tape, then punch through the holes which you're going to be doing the interior cuts out. Just whacking a bit of tape across the bottom, just give it something smooth, just slidey glidey on the scroll saw. Now what's left to do, scroll saw, cut around the outside, cut out the inside pieces, and cutting out the cogs. This is the second most important piece. The most important piece is getting your central holes all cut exactly the same, all drilled perfect. Next important piece is cutting out these teeth. It can be tough, but there's a number of ways to do it. I'll show you on the scroll saw. Let's go to the scroll saw. Over there. What on earth is actually going on? See if we can give you a clear view, shall we? Right, going to change the blade. This is literally how I check my blades. That's what the magnifier's for. Well, one of the reasons. It's a Pegas number 1 skip tooth. Let's cut this out, shall we? There we have it. Bosh. All interior cuts done. What's left now? Exterior. Cut them all out. Hardest ones is the cogs. Let's cut out the rest. The hard two. It's a lot easier cutting out this way, tooth by tooth, than cutting them out as you're going around. You need to slow your saw down, that's all. Take control. Obviously if you've got a much bigger hole than this, it's easier to cut it out the other way. And that's that cut out. So, first I showed you cutting out the cogs was cut out the whole circle and then cut out the teeth individually. it's one way to do it. I think you get more precision when you do that, except for when you've got a small cog like this, it's quite hard to hold because you're having to hold it down, feeding it in and turning it and getting every tooth done. Other than that, the other way to do this is this way, where you go in and cut every single tooth and then poke out the cog. So we'll see how it goes. Last piece to cut out. Let's go, shall we? And hopefully I won't get my fingers in your way anymore, but I probably will. And there we have that. Let's go get these finished, shall we? Let's go over there. Yeah? Brilliant. Thank you, lovely assistant. I do like to get her in on one video at least.
Don't forget.
I won't forget my coffee. I will probably forget my coffee, and it'll be your fault because I enjoy myself too much. Okay, so all that's left to do, I'm going to use these long skewers, meat skewers, vegetable skewers, whatever you want to call them, just a skewer, as my axles for the cogs to go on, connect the front and the back together, and then it's just a bit of sanding before we put it all together. These cogs will get a little bit more sanding than the front and back because they have to be slightly thinner so they can actually turn. They just need a tiny bit of movement is all. Okay, all sanded, and now it's the build. We're going to glue this. You have the little one, it's on there, make sure it can move through enough. Then we have the next one, put that skewer through there, glue that on obviously. And this one goes on there. Just make sure they can move free enough. Clearly you can see I definitely didn't manage to get this hole centered. That one I think is pretty centered, but this one is slightly off. Right, it's got gaps. So these are sanded thinner than these pieces. Now this is the tricky fun bit. These get glued in place there. Make sure there's enough room for these to get past. If there isn't, just move it down a bit, because you're going to sand it from the outside flush. And then this one goes up here in this gap. Clamp that to hold that at the moment. Enough room for cogs to get past. And this one, clamp up here. Make sure that they have full movement past and don't hit these. The next goes on this one. And they're going to get glued in place like that. And this is where you have to make sure obviously these don't get sanded too thick, too thin, too much. There we go. Thank you, my glamorous assistant. Too thick, what an idiot. Make sure these don't get sanded too much. So that gets glued in like that. And this one goes in down here. And then this one down here gets glued in like that. And just a dab of glue in these. Bob's your uncle. You have one nice, beautiful, mechanical pendant. I'll show you that when it's done. Okay, right, that is gluing up. You notice it's not even, but that's okay. It's no biggie, because editing in the world of woodworking is sanding. Oh yes. When this is dry, I'll take this onto the bench sander. We'll take these axles down flat and sand these edges all nice and smooth. Whack a jump ring in there, and that's ready to roll. Once that's dry, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to see sanding. One beautiful, caught on me jumper, one beautiful sanded, see. After sanding, I stuck this on a 600 grit, and some places you can't do, you've got to do it by hand. And obviously ply can be a little bit tough, but it's all nicely sanded. We've got to do, stick a jump ring through here. Yeah, stick a jump ring through here, and then you can attach that to a necklace. That's been nicely sanded all the way round, and there you go. One nice gift. What? Christmas for one that you love, Valentines for one that you love, or just as a nice gift for someone. Bosh! Something to play with. It's almost like a fidget toy really as well, isn't it? The plans for this Came from Steve Good's website. Pop onto stevegood.com, I do believe it is. I'll put the link in the description. That's this one, all done. Beautiful. Great little gift. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and you'll get notified when my next videos come out, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.